she was asking me like, what was the worst you ever got your ass kicked? Oh, let me tell you something. When I was a white belt, when I first started, this purple belt who was my size, and I had this idea in my head. Well, someone my size is not gonna fuck me up. This guy just raped me, just destroyed me, just did whatever he wanted to me, over and over and over again. Just kept armbarring me and choking me and triangling me and like. And I remember leaving going, what the? I was so, first of all, so exhausted. But by the end of the rolling session, he was just literally doing whatever he wanted. And then also like so confused. Like my idea of how tough I was versus what would actually happen when I rolled was so off. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I had this friend who was in the Marines, who's a Force Recon guy, awesome guy. Freaking total stud. He grew up in like Texas. He was like a gangbanger in Texas. Total stud, looked like a freaking superhero. And he started training with us. And like after like a month, he was like, bro, I used to think I was badass. I hate this shit. Now I think I'm a pussy. He's like, just hated life, you know, just a jack dude that realized that all that doesn't do a lot for you if you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Not only that, it's like you also realize that the path to knowing what you're doing is so long. I remember thinking that when I first started training and drilling. I remember thinking just drilling how to pass someone's guard, get to mount, and get an arm bar. Just going through the drill. I could kind of understand the drill, but then once you try to apply it to a real person, you realize like, oh my God, the path to success is so long.
Yeah,
it's so hard to do.
We do this event, and at my company we teach jiu-jitsu. Like after we do 2 days of leadership training, we do like an intro to jiu-jitsu, and I usually have Dean come out, and so then Dean will take people that train and do stuff with them, and I'll just teach like, hey, this is the positions, this is an arm lock, and this is and they all get to try it on each other, and it's all good. But when I get done, I say, okay. Because you can see everyone's all excited. I go, okay, if this was a language, I kind of almost taught you one letter, like one letter from the language. And you don't know a word, you don't know a sentence, you definitely don't know a paragraph. And here's the thing, this is what you have to learn. You have to learn this entire language. And when you get done with this entire language, which you'll never get done with this whole entire language, if you did, you'd learn, all of a sudden you'd open a door and there'd be a French word there. And you'd go, oh no. And you got to learn that whole language. And it just never freaking stops. It never stops. You're always, and by the way, people are creating new words and making new shit up all the time. And it continually evolves. And it's a crazy pursuit to have in life. This weird thing where you freaking wrap around another dude and try and make them choke. It's the craziest thing to pursue. But God, it's so freaking awesome. I mean, I was watching some of the guys right now are so good. I was watching this clip, and who was it? It's one of the Rotolo brothers. You know those twins?
Yeah, those kids are amazing.
Bro, I saw a clip, and one of the two, they did something where I watched it like 10 times, bro. I watched this thing 10 times. I've been doing jiu-jitsu.
The buggy choke that Kate does?
No, it was a random, because like yesterday, random little thing. I watched this thing probably 10 or 15 times myself. I've been doing jiu-jitsu since 1992. I watched this thing like 10 times, 15 times. I couldn't understand what was happening. Like, I was confused. I need to see it. I need to slow it down. Like, I don't know what was happening. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a quarter century, and I saw Rotolo freaking do this weird thing, and I was like, what? And I watched it over and over again. What just happened? I couldn't even understand what just happened, bro. And I mean, I do this shit all the time.
Those kids, I think they're only like 19.
Yeah, they are. They're either 18 or 19. I remember when they were little kids, they were in San Diego, and they were up in LA, San Diego, but they were training all the time, little kids. And there's no better gift from God for jiu-jitsu than when you have a twin brother that's going to roll with you.
Get after it with each other.
Freaking crazy.
And they're both assassins.
Oh, they're killers.
I've seen them compete here.
Yeah,
they
that's
do.
right. That's
Who's
right.
number one? They do that in Austin once a month. So it's fucking incredible. I've had the chance to see so many guys compete here. Yeah. It's just amazing. You go to these live events here, and you get Gordon Ryan's competing, and Craig Jones,
just so
cream of the crop.
Savage.
Oh, here they're competing in. This is
some
gi.
Gi scenario.
Yeah. So they do a lot of no gi and gi.
Yeah.
Super fucking.
This is kids.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
when they're kids. That's an orange belt right there.
Yeah, amazing. Look at that spiral armbar.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
it's
were
beautiful.
homeschooled. They were homeschooled. They were just surfing and doing jiu-jitsu. That was their life. Yep.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
They're so fast, and the pace they put on guys too.
yeah.
That's what's incredible. Like they have amazing endurance, and they have this like super fast-paced game,
Yeah.
and so they put that pace on people, and you just see people wilt under the pressure, and they eventually catch them.
I was